Alright. Do game number 13. Cersei chess. Go to experience. Close all the files. New chess controller. Name is Cersei. Slug is Cersei. So we're gonna have to probably change. So execute movement happens after the movements occurred, so we might not be able to. Yeah, we won't be able to see if we actually captured a piece or not. So more likely we're gonna have to create some special piece. Let's do that. We'll create a special kind of piece called a Cersei piece. Cersei piece. It would take a piece. We'll say const movement equals piece dot movement, and then we'll say piece dot movement equals a function that takes the controller and the config as arguments, and then we'll return piece. Then we'll say const movement equals movement dot call this controller config. We'll just return movements for now. I think like the pieces need to know where they started for the most part. Alright, this song is too weird. So let's go to variants. Go here. I'll say Cersei. Go to Cersei. And turn to their starting positions as soon as they're captured. The game is invented. An Odyssey. It instructs Odysseus how to enter the underworld. Chess is rarely played. It's a variant game. When it is, it's usually combined with progressive chess. It was often employed by composed fairy chess problems. Rook's knights bishops return to the starting square, which is the same color as the square they're captured on. Interesting. Okay, so the only thing that matters is the color. We don't need to know. Captured queens return to queen square. Castling with a reborn rook is permitted. Reborn pawn regains its two-step movement. A captured promoted piece is treated as a pawn. Wait, what? Captured promoted is treated as a pawn. As the piece, not the pawn. Not a pawn. Okay, cool. That's good to know. If the square that the rebirth is taken, either a friendly enemy is not reborn. The pawn is captured en passant. It's immediately reborn. Okay. So we need to know the concept of tile color. So we'll say, we'll do a few things here. Say if piece dot type equals pawn, and then we'll do else. Tile color equals piece dot column plus piece dot row times 8. So if it's a pawn, it goes to a starting. We don't need tile color until here. If it's a pawn, we need to figure out what color it is. Once row equals I kind of have this all backwards. I need to figure out who's being captured, which will be movements dot we're going to map the movements. And do all of this inside of there. Greater than sign. Captured is movement dot captures or the controller dot get piece coordinates, or I'll do let's say const destination equals movement dot destination sub 0 if destination destination.row destination.column see if there's a capture. So if the color, if the piece that was captured dot color sorry. This returns a piece. This returns a cell. We'll do I.map capture, oh sorry, get controller dot get piece by coordinates, capture dot row, capture dot column. Get some formatting going on in here. So we're trying to figure out the captured's color is light or not. This is dark. The captured color is dark. And the row is 1. Otherwise, it is 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we'll see const blocker equals controller dot get piece by coordinates. It's going to be row captured dot column if not blocker. Then we're going to say movement dot destinations dot push capture. Column, row, piece. And we'll just say that the piece is then removed. Column is captured dot column. Cool. So let's see if that works so far. It doesn't. So let's put a breakpoint. Let's do an undo. We're not even using the piece, that's why. So if we go to Cersei, we do a new game, do return a board, we'll say back row dark dot map Circe piece on dark dot the map Circe piece blank empty 2, 3, 4 pawns light map Circe piece back row light dot map Circe piece. And then we gotta make the promotions. Get promotions is return get promotions. Color dot map Circe piece. To make sure every piece in the game is Circe piece. Let's see. But my pawn disappeared. I need to do it in a different order, I guess. We'll do a shift. We'll rebirth the piece first. Cool. All right, so get the tile color. The tile color is going to be this expression. Mod 2 equals 0. If it's 0, then it's light, otherwise it's dark. I have one more. Let's do else if piece dot type equals I don't even think we need this blocker code actually. I think it'll automatically get filtered. If we do, then we can reduce the logic in all the other branches. Let's move this queen here. Let's do this. Cool. We need it. Right, because if we do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, so we're gonna do very similar. We're gonna do like almost the exact same logic. Queen's always the same column at least. Put her in the wrong place though. So I'm trying to figure out the row. And if it's dark, then the row is 0, otherwise it's 7. The blocker is row, captured column. It's not captured column anymore, it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so okay, well. Something's written wrong. Alright, let's do a breakpoint then, I guess. Because it's just doing the it's just doing like the pawn stuff, which is obviously wrong. So we'll do an undo. Okay, something's wrong with undo apparently. Something's really wrong with undo, it seems. I think it might have something to do with how we're undoing. Alright, so then in that case, we'll just do a refresh. How are we here? I want to look at the remove illegal. Yeah, I don't understand why this wouldn't filter it out. Oh, because it happens after? Maybe. Where is it? Where's the Cersei piece? Okay, so what did I do for atomic piece? Alright, so I kind of imagine that undo doesn't work for atomic piece either. Or crazy piece. So we'll have to look into that. I wonder if we should do return piece. Colors Cersei dot color type is Cersei dot type movement is this. So we'll go through and say controller config, and we'll say Cersei.movement call this. Alright, we'll say here, we'll say this. Maybe we should do something similar for the other one. So duck is fine. Actually crazy we use piece here, so we're fine here. But atomic we don't, so we do return piece. Which is a function. We'll call this atomic. We'll say the color is the atomic color. The type is the atomic dot type. And the movement is controller config do that. And we'll say atomic dot movement dot call this. Wait, no, that works fine. Alright, that fixes that bug. So we'll just do a quick commit. Fix a bug where undo did not properly undo special formats. Alright, so back to Cersei. The problem we were having was with the queen. I could have been more efficient. Okay, well, the queen code still isn't working as expected. But I wonder if I could remove this blocker code now. It's redundant, I believe. I guess let's just make sure we're actually going down this path. So look for this queen logic here. So do this, do this, do this. Click on this first. Put a breakpoint here. Take queen. For some reason it's saying pawn. A dark pawn was captured. 1-7. That doesn't seem right either. It's just saying that the queen has a destination. Let's do a little bit more. Let's add some helper here. Counts movements equals Cersei dot movement dot call this controller copy. Do this. Maybe that helps us a little bit. All right. Put a breakpoint here. Do this. So it's the same, right? Okay. So can we see the value of movements? See if we can step out. Who is this? Maybe we put the breakpoint here and wait till we get the movement for this pawn. Who is this? We want to see the dark pawn. Is there... Expand that. I think we're just like looking at making sure we're not checked, yeah. Or we're not checking ourselves. Maybe, okay, yeah. Ooh. Maybe we need to go to execute movement because this probably takes forever otherwise. So we'll go to chess. Go to chess controller. Go to execute movement. Yes. Let's go to chess controller. Go to execute movement. Say if not clone, this dot is clone. Let's press play. Cool. So do this, this, and then we'll put a breakpoint here. Do this. Let's see what the movement. So it was attack on 7-3. As far as this is concerned, it's only moving the pawn. It's not moving the queen. So let's see why that might be. Because I'd imagine there's a rule where you can't. That would be like an interesting tactic. Is that the queen might become uncapturable if capturing her puts you into check. So you might be more willing to attack in this situation because you're actually safe. Because it would be a self-check. You gotta look at the capture type, not this type. Alright, where else did I use this? Alright, cool. Hopefully that's good enough. Nice. Okay. The next two are a little bit more complicated. So we also want to figure out if capture dot type equals rook so if capture dot type equals. I wonder if we just create some really complex object here to just help make it easy to select things. Something that's kind of like rook knight bishop, and then we can say we could do const row equals. It's going to be the same as the queen's logic. And here we're just trying to figure out the column mapping. And luckily everything's mirrored, so we don't need to worry about whose side is whose. Actually, it's not super lucky because the color tiles aren't mirrored. So that's why we have this more complex mapping here. So we had to say what do we have to say? I'm trying to reduce the number of lines of code that I have. Ultimately, we'll end up with something like this, so let's just do that. The column is going to be some variable column. Column mapping sub captured dot type. That's all I got so far. So basically, the rook can be in either 0 or 7. The knight can be in 1 or 6. And the bishop can be in 2 or 5. And so we want to write it so that the white is always first. So, this case, white is here, so 0 will be first. This case, for the bishop, white is on 2, so 2 should be first. But for the knight, 6 is the white. And that's because I'm going to say const index equals tile color not tile color, captured color. If the captured color is dark, then we'll use index now it's more complicated. Because it matters what color they were captured on too. So we got to look at which one they were captured on. And what side they're going to. At any rate, it's probably going to be like something like index here. And we'll figure out how to write that at some point. Yeah, we're not taking into consideration the tile color. So I think the tile color, tile index equals tile color equals light, then it would be 0, otherwise it would be 1. And then there's the color index, which if it's light, it'll be 0, otherwise it'll be 1. And then the tile index plus the color index mod 2 should be the correct index. And so what I'm thinking is, let's say that a piece that the rook is here. let's think about like a few of these scenarios. Let's say the rook is here, the black rook is here. All right, so that would mean that let's just get into that position. Let's put the white rook there. Alright, so I can capture this white rook. So the tile index, since it's dark, it's gonna be 1. 1. We look at the color index, since it's light, it's gonna be 0. So we're gonna add those and that'll give us 1. And we're wrong. I want that to be add up to 2 or add up to 0 after you mod it, but it didn't. Dang. There's gotta be a really simple way to think about this. Maybe we do... Maybe we say captured dot color equals light. Now, let's just think about it. I don't want to have to make all these different scenarios. So basically we were wrong, we were off by 1. So maybe this needs to be 1, this needs to be 0. So okay, the bishop. This bishop is light. Because it's light, it gives us 0. It's on a light tile, which gives us 1. So it would want us to go to tile 5, which is correct. So we can verify that by capturing it. That did not work. The tile color is light, which gives us 1. The capture color is light, which gives us 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 and the bishop is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The row is going to be, if it's dark, it's 0. Let's see if we can do some kind of log here. Move him here. Move him here. Capture. Do we have access to a controller? Only log if it's not a clone. So we'll move him out of the way, move him to attack. Okay. See if we can put a breakpoint. And then the row column is 2 for some reason. Are we getting the colors wrong? If it's 0, then it's light, otherwise it's dark. That should be right. Alright, we'll do more logging. Index, color, index. So they're both being 0. So the column is alright, I'll expand the captured. His column is 1, his row is 3. Oh. Yeah, I made a miscalculation. I thought it would be like white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black. It repeats. So let's say, oh my gosh, what's the maths? What are the maths? I feel like the row gets modded. Again. Mod 2. Because every row the color is the starting color changes, so we're offset by 1. So for the 0th row, it'll be 0 plus whatever the column is, then the column gets modded by 2. And that'll help it pick its color. So Well, we don't need to multiply by 8. Anything multiplied by 8 mod 2 will always be 0. Cool. As the king is ending up down here. Let's do type here. And we'll say const type equals capture dot type. And then we'll just use, rather than that, we'll use just straight up type. And type is not equal to crazy. Is not equal to duck. Let's just do equals. Bishop or type equals knight or type equals rook. Okay. This feels like one of the most annoying ones to actually test. All right. Interesting, excellent. Make sure the queen doesn't come back. Alright, so I want to make sure he comes back. I want to make sure he comes back. So he's actually on the opposite color, so we're gonna hold off for now. Is it black's turn? I'm gonna hold off on the attack for now. I'm gonna move this guy. So when I capture him, he should go to black. When I capture him, I don't want to capture him. When I capture him, should go to white. Cool. Do capture here. Go there. Let's do an attack on this rook. He should go right back to his starting spot. Then he should go back to his starting spot. Okay. I think that'll be Cersei chest then. Here's everything we need to do. We can get rid of this. Alright, now we need to find another variation. Alright, maybe the next variation. There seems to be this common theme of like tic-tac-toe or connect four. Maybe we'll do something like that. Alright, so maybe we do that. We do the game called All Queens. And it's a game where you need to get 4 in a row. So we'll create this concept of 4 in a row, tic-tac-toe, so to speak. But this also has another rule that changes the size of the board. Alright, so we're trying to do all queens chess. So the setup is a 5x5 board. So let's add the ability to customize board sizes. So we'll say all queens is the name of the game. Const all queens. Just all queens. New chess controller. Name is all queens. Slug is queens. And so we'll basically have a new game state. good for now. We'll do a new game. And what we want to do is say rows 5, columns 5. And then we'll do return empty array. This will be green light. Green dark. No, it's the opposite. Clean dark. Clean light. Dark. And then it's empty. So now we can say the size. Assume that it's 8. It's going to be 2 empty rows. Then there's going to be another row where there's the clean light. No, clean dark. And then very similar. Be light, dark, light. Queens. Go back. Let's update my channel's name. So we'll go to the chess controller. Let's go to all queens. We should have it. Okay, we don't have errors. That's fine. I don't mind that. Go to chess controller. Go to config. Rows is a number, which is totally optional, and columns is a number, which is totally optional. So basically we're gonna find anywhere we have the number 8, and now the number 8 is wrong. So we're gonna add a new function here. Get rows. Get columns. Okay. So I'm gonna go through each file and just find anywhere we're using 8. Doesn't matter. I think it only really matters for the draw. So let's go for the draw. Which is in the view. And we'll only update where we need to, I guess, for now. Go to the view, close others. So where we draw tiles, it's not gonna be this. It's gonna be CIW this dot controller dot get columns. This dot controller dot get rows. This dot controller dot get columns. This dot controller dot get rows. So that's drawing that correctly now. The next is to draw the notation. So we're gonna dot slice 8 0. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be 8 minus. So we're doing the files, which is the ABC. So we're gonna slice it from 0 to s.controller dot get columns. And then for ranks, it's going to be this dot controller dot get rows. I want to do 8 minus that. And then we just need to fix the offsets of these things. Which is still draw notation. We'll say offset equals. We don't need to do that. We'll just say the ranks are the numbers. This is, we're trying to change the X. So that would be determined by the number of columns. This dot controller dot get columns is a function. And then we need to also do this dot controller dot get rows. And then we gotta draw whose turn it is. So draw turn, and some of these ellipses need to be changed. And the gap is going to be, it's going to be CID vertical gap, horizontal gap. The horizontal gap is going to be this dot controller dot columns times tile size plus rotation size, and this will be this dot controller dot get rows The X is horizontal gap, the Y is vertical gap, and then horizontal, vertical gap. Beautiful. Incredible. So we need to fix that. So that will be in the controller. Remove illegal moves is going to be this dot get columns. This dot get rows. We're naturally losing the number 8. I'm gonna put the number 8 here. Instead, I'll do ranks dot length. Figure out where else we can remove the number 8. So yeah, it no longer shows out of bounds. I gotta remove the captures. So go to the variant. What's the error? It's optional. We're not allowed to capture in this variation. So we'll do return movements dot map movement movement dot destinations dot filter destination. And basically, if there's a piece there, we remove it, and then we say return movement dot destinations dot length. We return movement, and then we dot filter movement dot length. Dot destinations dot length. And when we filter, we say this dot controller dot get piece by coordinates destination dot row destination dot column. There can't be a piece there. So she can no longer capture. Pick a player to go first, then turns alternate. I think whoever goes first gets. Why do they put? Oh, they went first. Pick a player to go first, but I'm just gonna say that the white goes first. We don't care about the config here. All right, so we can pick how many rows and columns there are. We can say what the starting state is. Hello. Hi, Rashida. Aurora. How's it going? So we need to add a get game state here. Did we already do that? We did. It's currently active. So we want to look for the 4 in a row. We do. How can we do it? Zero, I is less than 5, plus. We'll just check columns. And then for let row. Less than 5. We'll say let light equals 0, let dark equals 0. Alright, we just need 4 in a row. We'll do if light is greater than equal to 4, return light wins. If dark is greater than equal to 4, return dark wins. And we'll do const piece equals color. Sorry, this dot get piece by coordinates. Row, column. So light plus equals we'll say if piece dot color equals light, then light plus else light equals 0. Say if piece dot color equals dark, So dark plus plus equals 0. Okay, so this is a lot of logic. I would like to simplify it to be like one line of code, ideally. I think that would be a lot more interesting. Something where you kind of like did iterate, I don't know, find for of a kind, and it would have like a callback who would be told an index, and this would give it would give back a cell. And that would allow us to move all of this into here. And we'll give the controller to is just controller. And we'll say const cell equals callback index 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 index. That'll be cell.row, cell.column. And then we could do find for the kind. And we're just giving the row, and we're giving it back. And we'll just keep track. Const states equals this, which is a bunch of game state. We'll return active. Let's say that this returns a game state. 5. All right. We'll just say states dot push. We'll make it take states as an arg. It won't return a value. States is the first argument. Is a game state array. Dot push. Light winds. Return. States dot push. Dark winds. Return. State. We don't even need to push. Just don't push anything. Do this as row. column. And we'll do find for of a kind. And we'll basically do states sub-0 for active. This will be states controller, sorry, this. Diagonal row is diagonal, column is diagonal. And then it's 4 minus diagonal, 4 minus diagonal. Only one of them needs 4 minus, I think, because that'll put it row number 4, and it'll just do this rather than this. Excuse me. So all we can do at this point is test it. All right, white wins. Okay, cool. That is all queen's chess. Let's see what the next variant we can do is. What's progressive chess? Progressive chess is a chess variant in which players either make one move, progressively longer series of moves. The game starts with white making one move, then black makes 2, white replies with 3, black is 4, and so on. Progressive chess can be covered with other variants. For example, Cersei chess is played as a game, is usually progressively. Progressive chess is considered particularly apt for playing correspondence chess using mail or other slow medium because of the relatively small number of moves in a typical game. Do we track the number of whole moves? Okay, and then they get incremented when the turn changes. Okay. Alright, we can do this then. I think it would be good for these multi-turn chesses to show the number of moves remaining. And I'm guessing the rule is to capture the king. So I'll do progressive chess next. Let's look at the README real quick. I just wanted to make sure there's nothing I was forgetting to do, like a bugger or anything like that. I do need to add more assets. I did get a duck, a really nice duck, that I would like to give credit. Alright, progressive chess. Just do basic progressive chess. So in order to do that, we'll go to variants, close others, scroll down. Let's update the title, progressive chess. Const progressive equals new chess controller. Name is progressive. Slug is progressive. And then it's gonna be get game state, return this dot, detect missing kings, since we're gonna be able to do that. And the turns is gonna be progressive, so it's gonna be this dot get moves, this one. Something like that. The issue is for making new games. I think new games will be challenging. So we'll probably just say like new game here. If it's a new game, then it's one. Otherwise, it's this whole moves. So we just got to change the way that turns works. We will do get turns is a function that takes this chess controller and is the new game that returns a number. Look at the variants that use that. There's this one, get turns. And this one, get turns. Now go down here. Finally, it's going to be get turns. And we'll go here and say get whole moves, return this dot board dot whole moves. And then we'll add progressive. We'll go to progressive. We will go to, as we said before, we're going to show how many moves are left. So we're going to go to just view, and when we draw turn, I'm thinking that inside of the circle, we'll draw a number if it's greater than 0. I'm gonna create a helper function. So a circle with a number. I think it just really takes the X, Y. Oops. What has happened? Alright, so we are now officially missing. So draw triple number is going to be notation size. Sorry, divided by 2. And then we want to do the number, so it'll be this dot context dot fill style equals this dot controller dot get turn. If it's light, then we're going to use dark. Otherwise, we're going to use light. And then we'll say this dot context dot fill text. We're only going to do this if this dot controller dot get turns is const turns equals this dot controller dot get turns. Turns is greater than 1. Here we'll say turns, and it'll be at x, y. And we're going to this dot context dot text align basic center, this dot context dot text baseline equals middle. Okay, so it shouldn't show anything now, but when we move, it should show 2 for, and it doesn't. But does black have 2 turns? It doesn't. And that's probably because chess controller is not using the function yet. Call this true. Oh, yeah. Of course, that's the issue. Go to chest view. We gotta actually use a function. We just created this function and we're not using it. Draw a circle with number, which will take these two arcs here. Delete them. Save them. This dot draw circle with number. New line. Take these two. Paste it. Delete these. Y, P, Shift V, D, Shift V, P, Shift V down, D, save it. I feel like black just wins here. What the heck? All right. And progressive chess. All right, that's another variant completed. Let's see what else there is on the list. Is it just chess for kids? What is children's chess? Just chess where you have to move certain pieces. Things of the game, only piece, pawns and king. It's not very interesting. What's Kung Fu chess? There's no turns. Kung Fu chess. You just keep moving pieces until you can't anymore. Oh wait. It's just real time, no turns? What? Either player can move any available piece at any given moment, though only one piece can be moved at a time. After a piece is moved, a predefined delay prevents it from moving again for a short amount of time. This plus piece movements not being instantaneous means that the speed, timing are crucial aspects of the game. If this is something that has to do, this isn't really something that you can play on like a single computer, so I'm probably gonna not do Kung Fu. Look at Jungle Chess. Okay, Jungle Chess is just a completely different game. What's Solitaire Chess? These are a little challenging. I'm trying to do like 1v1 games primarily. It's Monster Chess. Alright, so the check is really hard to detect in the Monster Chess. Because I don't want to write code that looks 2 moves ahead. Alright. What's chess plus? You can combine pieces. Can I ask why you chose Astro as your framework for this project? Um, there's really there's not a strong motivation. I just know that in terms of like the front end code, and just like the navigation, it's gonna be super fast. So like for me, I wanted to stick with like less libraries and just try to do as close to vanilla JavaScript as I can, vanilla TypeScript as I can. And so if I did something like Next.js, every page is gonna come bundled with React. I have to use React. And so it's not very fast. It's just like a lot of overhead for no gain, really. When I don't want all the features of Next.js. And then like just in general, other server technologies are just really hard to integrate TypeScript, have it compile to JavaScript, have it be loaded in the browser. So yeah, Astro to me is just like a really good option when you don't want your pages to be completely loaded with unnecessary code that just doesn't add value. Because like on these pages, all that's loading is the JavaScript that we need, and the sources of the images. We're not loading React DOM. We're not waiting for React to bundle. We're not waiting for React to rehydrate. We don't have to worry about event lifecycles. All of these pages in Astro are essentially pre-generated. These are considered static, so they're actually created before the server even starts, and once the server starts, it's actually essentially considered serverless because it just serves the raw HTML. This is just all raw HTML, and it serves the raw JavaScript. Yeah, so like when you do go to I don't even know. Give me a second. If we go to the Vercel link, new tab, hopefully this works. JK, I grabbed the colon by mistake. Why do I need to log in? You really can't access this without... Give me a second. I have had the wrong link up for the longest time. Have I? I'm so confused. Why didn't this load the right thing last time? Oh my gosh, because I can't paste. Give me a second. Can I do it now? And so the idea is that this is just, these page loads are just way faster. Even though they're completely server-side, these pages are already pre-rendered, they're pre-generated. I don't have to wait for anything to load other than like the JavaScript and the images. And most of it's going to be cached, so. Yeah, I just thought it was like the lightest weight, the best option to just get a really quick demo running. What about Angular? I haven't used Angular for like 8 years. I have not used Angular 2 at all. I don't even know Angular's... What are Angular server options? Can't bring that over, cool. I do have like reservations against Angular. Angular has a similar issue, I would say, just looking at this very quickly. It's just bloated. You see, it has like hydration. The cool thing about, I actually think Astro is like an incredible library because they have what's called an island. They have islands. So basically they have just like islands of interactivity. And so you just inject interactivity precisely where you need it. And that's all the code you end up being in the React world. And so you can have entire pages that are not React and just have like one little component that is React. And the rest of your page is still a lot faster. And also the other great thing about Astro is, I don't think that anyone should ever do this, but let's say that one day you decided you didn't want to do React, you wanted to do Vue. Astro has options for opting into different frameworks. So you can get Svelte, you can use Vue, you can use React, you can use Preact, you can use Alpine, you can use Solid.js. You can use all of them, you can use none of them, you can use one of them. It's totally up to you. Like, if you wanted to have like a really weird engineering team, a really diverse engineering team, you can have some people working on Svelte, some people working on React, some people working on Vue, and then the whole website can work. I don't recommend this, but it just gives this really powerful option to customize exactly what you want to do, what you want to use. And like, if you really don't want to be limited by what kind of talent you can hire, to where you can only hire React devs, then Astro is an interesting option. Again, I wouldn't use like React and Svelte and Vue in the same project, but if you have multiple projects within the same Astro, you could do multiple languages. So yeah, it's really flexible. Like Next.js, you have to use React. This Angular, you have to use Angular. For Astro, it's totally up to you what you want to use. My main thing that I didn't like about Angular, I know that I kind of mentioned that, it kind of made it so that HTML didn't look like HTML anymore. at this. This TypeScript doesn't even look like TypeScript really. I mean, this is weird. Putting an at here is weird. That's like magic to me. You use template strings to store styles, the template for storing. So your components aren't even, they're not even HTML even, they're just strings. Yeah, I like this for example. It's not really HTML anymore. You have like these at directives. This is like anti-HTML. I would just be so nervous about just writing something incorrectly, because I'm sure there's libraries that help you, but it's just at the end of the day, it's just a template string. All right, so you need like you need something that can look at template strings and tell you if your template string is correct. I prefer things that you know that you have a good sense of whether it's going to work or not, based on like type errors, and you kind of know if it'll work before you even run it. If there's a good library that can detect these things, that's great. Oh, Sir Duh, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, it's just, I feel like you have to basically you have to unlearn some things in order to do Angular. Because the nice thing about like React and Svelte and Vue is like Svelte and Vue, you're working within HTML, an actual HTML file. So like Angular, you're just using strings, and it's all in a TypeScript file. But if you look at Vue, oh well, Vue also has weird HTML. But they will be two different files, is my understanding. I don't necessarily, now that I see this, I don't necessarily like it more. I don't like this add stuff, but this is like a single view file, and so you have the code, you have the actual view, and then you have the styling, and then Vue will actually like figure out, it'll look at all the files and it'll figure out, all right, what's the script, how is it interactive, what's the view, how is that interactive, what's the style, and it scopes it all together. But like it's all within a context that you're familiar with. It's just plain HTML minus this @ sign. I'm still kind of anti this @ sign. I know why they're doing it. They're making it so that Vue can detect it and say, oh, this is a variable. It is a little strange that this is like a string, and it's like almost like an eval. And so an eval seems scary to me. Similarly, Angular has the potential of, theoretically has the potential for evals. So that's kind of scary. If we look at Svelte, Oh, I am there. Nice. Okay. So here's app svelte. We refer to the name in the markup. Okay, we don't need the @ sign yet. And so you have the script. In the same file, you have the view. That's nice. Dynamic attributes. Okay, this is already looking better. Because like the source is coming from the script tag. Source is coming from script tag. This is coming from the script tag. Yeah, I mean it looks like a string, but it's gonna be evaluated in a nice way. And you could probably like make this look like a template string so it looks safer, but I think it's fine as it is. And then along with everything else, so you don't need to wrap this in a like that template object like Vue did. You add a style tag and it's scoped, I imagine. Yeah, scoped to the element. You won't accidentally change the p tag anywhere else. And then you can import other svelte elements and use them in other elements. That's pretty cool. And you're still like working in this world of HTML. It just looks like HTML code, and this looks like JavaScript code. The code looks the way that you kind of expect it. This is where I'm probably gonna get nervous though. I mean, at least it's not a like the property tag. It's just like a processor, but it's really important to have. It's kind of annoying that sanitization is not default. You have to do this @HTML thing. I think that's really scary. And so we kind of have like to me, like, that's kind of why you go to React. React is safe by default in terms of it sanitizes. That's its primary action, is to sanitize. And like it looks more like HTML than any of these other libraries because they created JSX. So yeah, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of libraries. Ultimately, like it always depends on like what you're trying to accomplish. If you're like trying to build a company, then like it's got to be React, because most people are going to know React, and if you want to hire, then hiring for React is going to be easiest, in my opinion. But if you're not like completely married to something and you're starting a company, then Astro is a great option, because you can basically just base it off of who you hire first. Whoever you hire first, you could just say, okay, we're a Svelte stack now, or we're a Vue stack now. All right. What is the next game we wanna code? What did I just click on? Yeah, Monster Chess is interesting. I just don't want to look 2 moves ahead. Hostage chess, I think I've seen hostage chess before. Nope, I don't want to do hostage chess. I don't want to do pieces that separate and move together. It's identity theft. There was this one variation where like everything moved and your turn wasn't over until everything moved. I want to find that one. I just got hit with a double add. Crazy. Mind control chess. Pawn captures a piece that it is a pawn, it must promote to that piece immediately. You're not required to capture an opponent's piece. Don't want to, but if you do, you must promote your pawn to do so. board and flip the opponent's disc to your color. If your pawn captures a pawn, it's still allowed to promote pawn capture another piece later. If it reaches the furthest row by moving or capturing a piece. Sorry. You may promote to any piece. Alright, I like the idea of identity theft chess. Gothic chess? Alright. Let me go to the readme. Let me write this one. Let me write down Gothic chess. What is Gothic chess? Is it in this list? It's not in this list. New pieces, huh? Okay. According, improves upon. Gothic chess has two main differences. Standard chess, the first is that the game has two new pieces, the Archbishop and the Chancellor. The Archbishop has combined movements of bishop and the knight. When moving like a knight, it can jump over pieces, but it can't hop over obstacles when moving like a bishop. Perfect. The Chancellor combines movements of a rook and a knight. Like the Archbishop can only jump, okay. The board size, it's 10 by 8. Okay, it's not terribly difficult. The challenge is finding a piece that can find an asset for it. Or I can just break out the GIMP. Let's see. I'll do Gothic chess, fine. I do Gothic chess and I'll take a break. Variants. Only because the only difference really is that it's two new pieces. It's not terribly difficult. Slug is Gothic. Let me update my channel. Gothic 16. So when we make a new game, we're gonna do a new board. Let's just save it. Let's add the game, Gothic. Oh, this is for sale. Gothic. Excellent. Black wins because white has no moves. Alright, so this becomes complex. Suddenly complex. Because the tile, the board is going to end up being too big. We'll see. So the rows, all that changes is the columns, which is now 10. Does it fit? It does fit. But it doesn't go up to this alphabetically. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the chess view. Not chess view, constants. And we're going to make these into functions. Array dot from length dot map. We don't care about that. We only care about the index, and we want to do const a equals a dot char code at 0, and we'll do string dot from char code a plus index. Similarly, like there's a number, array dot from length dot map square index is the string length minus index. That's not right. Alright, so we'll go to here. We'll find those two. We no longer need to slice. We'll do a D F parenthesis S files is this dot columns get this dot controller dot get columns. Similarly, this dot controller dot get rows. Okay, so we have all of that. Go to chess, find pawns equals, I'm gonna say length is a number, which is 8 by default. And then we'll do variance in the Gothic. We'll skip this first row. We'll just do pawns black dark 10. And then we'll do empty 10 1 2 3 4, and then pawns light 10. All right. So is Gothic chest mirrored? They are mirrored. So let's go to chess. What am I doing? Oh, the back row. So find back row. We're gonna do a copy. And then we'll do Gothic back row. And then it's just like the king has 2 new pieces around it. Go to variants. Put Gothic back row dark. Gothic back row light. Cool. Don't need that. Don't need that. Just closing some things over here. Okay. Hello. What's my role? I'm not sure what you mean. Software engineer. Let me close the sidebar. And let me see if I could find something for these new pieces. I'll give it like 5 seconds. Alright, the song goes too hard for me. Oh, I'm skipping you. So what I'm thinking of doing is probably crazy. Chess. Alright, can I bring Gimp over here? Alright, I'm going to just yeah. Fine, I'll give it. I'll give it. I'm going to take this dark bishop, open it over here, file. I'm going to take this dark knight, bring it over here. I'm going to take this horse to the Old Town Road. How do I click on it? Yeah. That looks great. Alright, so I just need to make it smaller. How do I resize? Image, transform, scale image. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I just want to scale the one thing. Excellent. Alright, I just need to delete this layer then. It's so tiny. How do I make it bigger? Let me choose this layer. Alright, we got a masterpiece over here. Let me see if I can show y'all what I'm doing. Okay, give me a second. That way I can see the chat. Where am I from? Sorry. Moving to mobile banking application in Indonesia. Where am I from? I'm from the United States. I'm from New York. Alright, so sorry, let me just make this. Click on this. Have some movement. Here we go. Beautiful. Can you just move it up a little bit? I don't know. Let me zoom it in. I just don't want the ears to get cut off. Oh, there's still like some of the bishop left. So let's get rid of that. Bye. We're in mobile banking. Yeah, I recently just quit my job, so I am looking for work. But in the meantime, while I wait for interviews, I am doing this. Just trying to stay sharp. Let's scale this down just a little bit more. But yeah, good luck with your job move. It's not always easy. I don't know. I have the intention of upgrading my Mac to M2, M4. What do you think? Should I hold off or buy it now? That looks so good. What software are you using to make that piece? So this is GIMP, and I'm just using the two pieces we already had, and I just edited them together. GIMP. It stands for something like it's open source, it's free, it has lots of power. It's like what GNU image manipulation program, and then GNU stands for something, GNU. Yeah. So when I have an M1 right now, and I kind of was unhappy with the M1 initially because there wasn't a lot of software that it supported, and so one major one was Docker. I had to use like this hacky Docker solution. So if it depends, if you don't mind, I mean, make sure you do your research, make sure your programs will still work for whatever you get. If they do still work, then go ahead, get it. It's, big numbers are always better. But yeah, for me, I don't be too early of an adopter because otherwise you might not be able to use the programs you want. Do an X. What is this one anyway? The Archbishop, right? It's got to be the Archbishop. I mean, it's a knight with bishop movement. Yeah, knight with bishop movement is Archbishop. So go to the code. We'll go to types. Let's finish editing these images. Let's focus. Export. Oh wait, I can focus on the chat too. Yeah, no problem. Let's do a good old-fashioned export as. This will be hello CC Dark Archbishop. Welcome to the stream. We are doing Gothic chess, just so you know. Export. Great. So next we'll do a delete. Okay. Right click. Actually, I think I hold control. Maybe. Okay. Let's delete these layers. Delete layer. And now we have to do the light ones. So let's pull. In order to do Gothic chess, we're going to have to create the assets. I can't find the assets. I don't feel like finding the assets. I think it'd be easier for me to create them in GIMP. So let me unmax this, and we will move the light bishop and the light knight. And then we are on the correct layer, we'll resize the layer, scale it down, and we scaled this down to 100. I could have typed it, but here we are. I didn't. Click here, let's just move this out of the way, click on the light bishop, grab, delete the eraser. Alright, just get down into there, get down into here. try to make it look nice and curved. That's too much. Ah, I should have let go. Let me move the knight before I start deleting stuff I can't see. Okay, cool. So back to the bishop layer. Grab the eraser. Delete this. Let's get down to here. Let's get down to 8. Oh, it's too much. Get down to 8 here. Okay. We'll move this knight back. Alright. That's probably the best I'm gonna be able to do. I am not great at these programs. Export as. Oh, I put DAC. I'm gonna have to fix that. Export. Not here. Where are we? Here. And we need to make this say dark. Alright, and then we do the Chancellor, which will be going to here, click on this, highlight them both. Okay, delete layer. Where are you? Here you are. Delete layer. I keep clicking on my finder. It's easier if I go from here. So this one's gonna be, we're gonna do dark first. We'll do the dark knight and the dark rook. And so my thinking is we will take this rook layer and we're going to transform it, rotate it 180 degrees. Beautiful. And then we're going to grab the eraser. Is there a square brush? Beautiful. Excellent. I don't know. Maybe down to here. How do I make it so that it's just sharper? Hardness. Hopefully that's. Oh! Why did you quit your job if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind you asking. I quit because it was just really, I had moved, my job was in New York and I moved to New Jersey, and it was just really difficult to prioritize getting from New Jersey to New York, and like feeling like I was like really contributing to the team and helping them to achieve their goals. And so I felt like I was kind of doing them a disservice. It was a 2-hour commute one way, and so I was commuting 4 hours a day. I did it for like 6 months. It started to take a toll. I couldn't do as much work as I would have liked to. Yeah, it was really challenging. So I don't know, it was like the new year came and I was kind of just like, you know, new year, new me, try to do something different. And, you know, it's a smaller company, it's a startup, like less than 2 years old. So I just wanted them to be as successful as possible. Overall, I just felt like it was like best for both of us. So ideally, I'm trying to find like a remote job, because then I could just, you know, I can give those 4 extra hours and actually feel like I'm making a bigger difference, a bigger contribution to the team. I don't know if that really answers your question, but yeah. It's actually, I had to drive to the train station, take the train in, and I was actually going with my fiance. So like, on top of all that, we had like crazy schedules. So you know, there'd be some days where I had to stay late, would make her had to stay late, she had to stay late, would make me had to stay late, and so like it was the 4-hour commute plus like sometimes we'd have to stay later because of our job requirements. So yeah, we're just both trying to get out of the city at this point. Gonna make the night go on top. Yeah, and then is there any way to not? Okay. Yeah, it was an hour-long car ride, and then an hour-long train ride. And then on top of all that, you had to pay for the parking lot that we went to. You had to pay for the train. So yeah, it was time and money. How do you spell chancellor? How do you even say chancellor? Is it chancellor? Chancellor? I don't know. Who knows? Export. Dark. You won't let me paste? Come on. You're joking, right? There's no paste? Okay. Alright. Export. Export. Alright, we're close. Just one more. White knight, white rook. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Delete. Delete. VS Code. White knight. White rook. Get into the program. We have the right layer selected, so layer, transform, rotate 180 degrees, delete stuff. Oh, we went all the way down here, right? I'll take the horse, go to layer, go to scale layer, make this 100, scale it. What had I done? Yeah, layer, transform, nope, scale. 100, scale. We'll do a move. And then we'll go back to this one. Grab the eraser, just clean it up a little bit. And make the knight the top layer. Clean. Okay. File, export as light chancellor. All right. Don't save. And let me bring my browser over. many of these browsers do I have? Okay, here. Okay, and then you can see this. Great. All right, cool. So after all that image editing, I was not expecting to do, we are not. There it is, Gothic. We're on Gothic now. And now the Archbishop goes on to the right. So let me add this new type. And this new type. Gothic back row. So let's make those pieces. Const Archbishop is piece. Color is chess color. Color is color. Movement is going to be interesting. Type is going to be Archbishop. It's not really that interesting, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Archbishop color. And then CID Chancellor. All right, cool. So we want to do a Chancellor is the Rook one. And so we're gonna do, I forget what we call this function. Let's just look for the Rook. Rook, I clicked knight, that's fine. Rook. Cool. What do I have? Diagonal. Controller is 7. And then here is CID Chancellor color. All right, we have our wonderfully designed pieces here. They only have the movements of Bishop and Rook at the moment, so let's do a new function. Where's our knight? KNIGHT. We'll do const L shape. Return L shape. Piece is piece. I'll do a Control F for this one, do a replace, we're replacing this with piece, and then we're gonna go through each thing and do it. L shape, this. Great. Where'd they go? Archbishop. L shape. Yes. Dot dot dot. L shape. Yes. Oh, it's not Black's turn. Alright, so the Archbishop can get out, the Chancellor can get out, and now they can go diagonal, or like he can't go through, but he can go through this way. He can go straight and like a knight. I think that's it. Alright, when we started today, we were at 12. Now we're at 16. So we did 4 games in 4 hours. Game an hour. At that rate, we could probably hit we might be able to hit 20 by the end of the day. Maybe. But I'm going to take an hour break. I need to walk my dog. I will be back in 1 hour, which is 3 p.m. Eastern time. And the next variant will likely be identity chess. And then there's like this other chess where we call pieces chess. I don't know what it's called, but you literally move every single piece you have. I might consider doing monster chess too. You move every single piece you have, and then it's your opponent's turn. I feel like that should be called Horde, but there's already a Horde chess. But yeah. I think identity, we have so many of the mechanics already set up for identity chess, it should be pretty easy. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back in an hour. Thanks for everyone joining, for tuning in, for asking your questions. I hope that I've been able to answer them, been a little helpful.